Hello everybody and welcome back. Alright, today I want to make a video on some of my favorite websites that I like to go to. These are just some cool websites that might help you out with like some weird niche thing that you might have. But I thought I'd show off some of the ones that I use so maybe you can get an idea of some websites that you might want to bookmark, or this video can just be used to have in the background while you eat food. Oh, of course, all of these websites will be in the description below. Timestamps are also listed below as well. Alright, starting off, this one is probably one of my most used websites ever. Is one of the most useful websites I've ever used as well. Mousesensitivity.com. What this allows you to do is it allows you to convert your mouse sensitivity from one game to another so that you can have the same mouse speed in every single game that you play. How it works is from here, we're gonna pick a game. I recommend you pick whatever game you're most comfortable with in terms of your mouse settings. And then you're just gonna wanna input your settings that you have here. If you're using your in-game settings, then what you wanna do is switch this from config file to in-game. So my in-game Rainbow Six Siege settings, let's just say it's 4, you put in your mouse DPI. Some other things aren't as needed, for example your resolution, your aspect ratio, and your FOV. FOV only sometimes affects the mouse sensitivity for a different game, so you can put it in if you want or leave it blank. It shouldn't matter too much. Next, you want to select the game that you want to convert it to. In this case, I'm going to choose Fortnite, and also this one only has an in-game option. And as you can see, if I'm on 1200 DPI with a sensitivity of 4 in Rainbow Six Siege, then I need to be on 4.1 sensitivity in Fortnite for it to be similar. As you can see, this is just an example I came up with, but if you have a sensitivity that doesn't really translate well to the game that you want to go to, it will change the color to like orange or red or yellow to show you like, hey, this is the closest we can get to your sensitivity, but it's probably not going to be exactly the same. So judging on this, you might want to go above or below the recommended setting. This is most useful to know for different games that have fixed in-game sensitivities that you can't really change. For example, Genshin Impact, you can't really change the sensitivity below 1, but 1 is probably still too fast for this sensitivity. Alright, this next website is called LiveChart.me. This is a website I use every single day. This is a really good website if you watch anime. What this website basically does is it lets you keep track of your anime, and it also tells you when different shows are coming out. As you can see the times at which each episode and what episode number it is, what time each episode is going to be coming out. And if we go to my saved area, you can filter this by different things. As you can see, these are all my completed anime. We can see these are all the anime I have in my to watch list. These are all the anime that I'm currently watching right now. But the most useful feature in my opinion is definitely being able to see when each episode is coming out. Alright, next up I'm combining 2 in 1 for this one. We have HowLongToBeat.com and also SteamDB. This might be some different ones that people know about, although I thought I'd mention them anyways. So HowLongToBeat is pretty self-explanatory. It shows you how long it takes to beat each video game. If you're thinking about starting a new game, but you're like, I don't really want to spend 10 hours on a video game. I'd rather play a game that's like, you know, maybe 5 hours or something like that. This website lets you see how long it's taken different people to beat the game. You can see main story plus extras, completionist, all play styles, just a bunch of different statistics for you. And then SteamDB, this one's a little bit more well known. SteamDB lets you do a lot of stuff, but the most interesting thing I like to do is look at the price history for different games so you can see if you should buy a game or not. Sometimes games will go on sale, but they won't go on sale for the maximum amount that they usually go for. So with this, you can see the price history of a different game and decide whether you should buy it or not. You can also see different games if they even go on sale at all. For example, Wallpaper Engine almost never goes on sale, so you should probably just buy it if you have it in your wish list. I think the last time it went on sale was 2021. That's actually kind of crazy. Anyways, super useful to know. Alright, this is a fun one. You've probably also seen this one on TikTok or Instagram or something like that. This website's called everynoise.com. This has every music genre ever on it. As you can see, there are a lot. You can scroll forever. This is really good if you just like listening to random music or you like finding new music to listen to. As you can see, if we click on one of these, it will start playing a random song from whatever genre you pick. If you click the little arrow next to whatever genre you have, it will actually give you a whole bunch of artists from whatever genre that you can listen to as well. So if you're just clicking around, you click a genre you like and you're like, wow, I want to know what artist does dance rock, whatever that is. You can just click the arrow. You can see a whole bunch of artists that do this type of music, and then who knows, maybe you can find a new favorite artist this way. All right, next up we've got something called Spotify Dedup. What this does is you sign in with your Spotify account. It's going to scan all of your different playlists that you have. This might take a little bit if you have a bunch of playlists like I do. But once it's done, it will show you if you have any duplicate songs in your playlist. That way you can get rid of them if you want. There's a button to remove all of them. As you see, I don't have much because I've already used this website before. I will tell you to be careful though, because in some cases like these three that I've left, these are remastered versions of a song that I have multiples of, because I like the original version, but I also like the remastered version as well. So I have both versions in the playlist, but it detects them as the same song because the title is the same for them. So be careful with some of these if you have songs like that where you have, maybe a 2014 remastered version of a 1980s song or something like that. And we also have this website right here, Musicalyst. What this does as well, you sign in with your Spotify account and it will show you basically a whole bunch of statistics for your favorite artists and also your favorite genre, your favorite songs that you've listened to, just a whole bunch of information that you can look through. This is just an interesting website to browse around at for a little bit. All right, next up, I want to rapid fire some different Minecraft websites that I use that I think are super useful. This right here is blockpalettes.com. As you can see, it gives you different block palettes you can use. This is really useful if you're a builder or if you want to build something and you're thinking about using a different palette. You can search featured palettes, you can search normal palettes, you can even choose a certain block and it'll make a palette out of the block that you want to use, which I think is super useful. Next up, we have this website, basically Minecraft enchantment ordering. What you can do is you can choose a piece that you want to enchant. Let's do a helmet. You can choose what you want on the item. As you can see, it only lets you choose what is possible to do in Minecraft, so you can't have multiple versions of protection or something. And then when you hit calculate, it'll show you what order you should enchant the headpiece so that you don't get the too expensive tag or whatever. Next up, we have Minecraft item generator. This one lets you give yourself custom enchanted items. As you can see, you can choose something like a stick, for example, and then choose to give it an enchantment like knockback, I guess. And as you can see right here, here's the command. You put this in a command block and it will give you a stick with knockback or whatever you choose. You can do different enchantments. You can do like protection 9 million on a chest piece or whatever. And finally, for the Minecraft section, we have Minecraft trim generator. This one lets you see the different trim pieces on your item before you go ahead and enchant them. This is super useful if you have different trim pieces but you don't want to use them on your items yet. You just want to see what they would look like before you actually fully apply them to your armor. All right, next up we have 8MB.video. This one's really useful if you use Discord a lot and you don't have Discord Nitro. What this allows you to do is you can upload a video that you want to upload here and it will automatically convert it to, well, it used to be 8 megabytes was the maximum, but now for free users on Discord, you can upload 25 megabyte videos and then you can send it over to Discord instead of having to pay for Nitro just to have the higher megabyte bandwidth. All right, next up, I want to show off image clipboard. This is another good one if you use Discord. What this allows you to do is it basically gives you animated or non-animated emojis that you can use on different servers if you don't have Nitro. As you know, if you have Nitro, you can use whatever emoji you want on whatever server you want. But if you don't have Nitro, you can't use animated GIFs, and you also can't use whatever icon you want on any server. You can only use it on the server that the emoji is from. But in this case, we can just use whatever image we want. So if we click on one, it should automatically copy it. And then if we go over to Discord and we paste, as you can see, boom, it shows up as an image. It's not actually an emoji. It shows up as an image sent to the other person. There are different emojis and things you can use. For example, if we import these Animal Crossing ones, it just imported a whole lot, as you can see. And now we can use any of these on whatever server we want. This next website is really good for content creators or people who just like fonts in general. What this website allows you to do, Fontbolt.com, is it gives you the different fonts used by different video games. So for example, if you want to click on Fortnite, it can show you the best replica font or the actual font that they use, and you can choose to buy it or get it for free depending on which font it is. Like I said, this is super useful for making thumbnails or making I don't know, subtitles, I guess, if you want, in different themes, or if you just like the font of a certain video game and you want to use it in maybe a school project or something. They also have different fonts for, you know, movies and TV shows and different album fonts and things like that. EloShapes.com. This one's a little bit niche, a little bit weird. What this allows you to do is you can compare mouse sizes. This is really useful if you're planning on buying a mouse and you want to see the size difference between your mouse and whatever mouse you're buying. As you can see right here, I added the Logitech Superlight 2 and the Model O regular, and you can see the size difference. Here, let me add the Model O minus. I don't know, like I said, it's super niche, super weird, but it's really interesting if you just wanna look and see the mouse differences. EIZO monitor test. This is a good website for different test patterns and things. This is really useful if you want to calibrate your monitor's color, or if it's late at night, you have multiple monitors and you don't want the light shining on you from another monitor that you're not really using. Instead of turning that monitor off because you might need it or something, you can just use this as a black screen, as you can see. And yeah, I don't know, you can just put this browser on another monitor and then use it as a black screen basically. But like I said, it's also super useful for different test colors if you want to calibrate the color of your monitor and try to get it perfect. It really just depends on your use case. All right, and I think that's going to be the end of this video. If you have a favorite website that you'd like to share, you can leave it in the comments, and who knows, maybe I'll check it out. Maybe it'll become a website that I use regularly or something like that. Hopefully this video maybe found its way to someone who was looking for one of these weird niche sort of things that I showed off, and hopefully this helped you in some sort of way. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.